Bachelor Joey Graziadei makes big decision without Kelsey Anderson's approval. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Bachelor Nation News. Fans The Bachelor's Joey Graziadei made a massive decision without his fiancée Kelsey Anderson's approval, and she and fans were equally shocked. On Friday, the season 28 star posted a clip that revealed he shaved his usual dark wavy locks. It was time for a summer cut, Joey, 29, wrote via TikTok on Saturday, June 22nd, shocking fans with the disappearance of his signature look. The hilarious thing is that Kelsey didn't appear to have gotten a heads up about his new do. "I left this man alone for 34 hours and now he has no hair," Kelsey wrote via her own TikTok on Saturday, adding that he is still cute though. On Joey's Instagram post about his new hair, Kelsey also commented, "Zam zam 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 zam." Others, although shocked by the transformation, applauded the new look too. Chad Michael Murray, One Tree Hill, 2005, the official ABC Bachelorette Instagram page wrote, "The gasp I just gusped," the official Bachelor page said. "I mean," Twilight star Taylor Latter wrote, followed with a fire emoji. "Respectfully, Kelsey, he can get," a commented with over 2K likes quipped. However, not everyone was happy with Joey's drastic change for the summer. "Pretty sure this counts as a federal crime," wrote a disappointed fan. "Joseph, what have you done?" disapproved another. "It better grow back. Your hair was my Roman Empire," commented a third. "Pour one out for the locks," joked a fourth. "Why do men who have absolutely beautiful hair cut it all off?" inquired another. Joey and Kelsey got engaged during the season 28 finale of The Bachelor, which aired on ABC earlier this year. "I think it would be wrong to jump into a marriage too quickly because we are learning and dating again," he said during a March episode of the Vile Files podcast. "We have so much to look forward to, but we decided a 3-year engagement kinda makes sense, but we know that can change. Definitely want to have the ability to enjoy our marriage, but things happen, things change." However, Joey has moved into Kelsey's 3-bedroom apartment in New Orleans. The leading man has already made his intentions clear. He doesn't want to relive his most painful experience and plans to find a wife. While sitting down with People, he spoke about the pre-recorded season and how he handled the drama that always transpires. Ellis admitted he would always remind himself to get the facts and don't jump the gun. He said, "In a situation like that, where any move you make is really pivotal, I think that me waiting until I had all the evidence and then making a decision was the best move on the chessboard." The reality star said the issues that arose taught him a lot about himself, but also the women after his heart. He realized that their maturity showed how much they wanted a family and long-lasting relationship. "It's really easy for somebody to tell you what they want, but I think that actions speak louder than words," he declared. "For me, a red flag is somebody who's too self-absorbed," he added. "He was just living with his sister, so I was like, you can move in with me," Kelsey said on Jason Tartak's Trading Secrets podcast earlier this month. "I have a very big room, and my roommates were all in. They're like, we can't wait to get to know Joey, and it's kind of like a new girl situation." Joey and Kelsey plan to leave New Orleans for New York City later this summer, which has been a dream of theirs. "I think what I'm most excited about is the ability to be around each other so much," the tennis pro told Us Weekly in March of the big move. "We finally will be able to just do small things together." Joey's fresh dew will see him into his new life in New York City with Kelsey. The afternoon sun hung low over Los Angeles, casting a golden glow across the city that never seemed to sleep. Joey Graziadei tapped nervously on his steering wheel, the hum of traffic blending with the quiet turmoil in his mind. Today wasn't just another day. Today, he was about to make a decision that could shift everything with Kelsey Anderson, the woman who had stolen his heart, yet whom he hadn't fully confided in. Kelsey, radiant as ever, had spent the morning at her favorite cafe, laughing with friends, posting playful reels to her Instagram. Her world was sunny, bright, uncomplicated. Joey's world, on the other hand, felt like it was spiraling. He had just received an unexpected opportunity, one that could change his career, his life, and, uncomfortably, his relationship. He rubbed his face, feeling the tension knotting in his jaw. He had promised Kelsey transparency, promised her that no secret would come between them. But this was different. Joey's phone buzzed incessantly. A text from his manager flashed across the screen. "Joey, you need to decide by tonight. They're offering you a lead role on a new reality series, a spin-off show, big exposure, huge paycheck. But it starts filming next week." He stared at the message, heart hammering. Next week? That didn't leave time for discussion, for strategy, for consulting Kelsey. He knew her stance. She had always been hesitant about Joey diving into shows that could take him away from her, from stability, from their shared vision of family life. He remembered their last conversation, a week ago, on a lazy Sunday morning. "Joey, I love you, but I need to know we're on the same page. No big moves without me, okay?" Kelsey had said, her eyes warm yet firm. He had nodded. He had promised. But now, faced with a life-altering offer, he was paralyzed between ambition and loyalty. Joey's apartment felt smaller than usual, suffocating in its quietness. He paced from the living room to the kitchen, imagining the possibilities. A lead role could skyrocket his career, open doors, give him a platform to influence millions. Yet taking it meant leaving Kelsey behind temporarily and possibly breaking her trust. He sank into the sofa, staring at the ceiling. Could ambition justify secrecy? Was success worth the risk of heartbreak? His phone buzzed again, this time a call from the producers. The tone was urgent, electric. "Joey, we need a yes or no now. Filming starts in 7 days. We're ready to fly you out tomorrow." The urgency crushed him. He wanted to call Kelsey, to tell her everything. But even imagining her disappointment, her hurt, made him hesitate. He could see it, the gentle frown, the restrained sigh, the unmistakable tension in her eyes. He swallowed hard. By the evening, the city was alive with lights and possibility, and Joey was still undecided. He walked the streets aimlessly, trying to clear his mind, every neon sign a reminder of the choices ahead. Finally, in a quiet park, he sat on a bench and pulled out his phone. His thumb hovered over the accept button. If I say yes, it could change everything. He thought of Kelsey's dream, the peaceful life they were building, and yet he thought of the career he had fought for years to shape. One chance, one shot. With a trembling hand, he pressed the button. The confirmation tone buzzed in his ear. He had committed, without Kelsey. The next morning, Joey tried to act normal, but every message from Kelsey felt heavier than usual. "Hey, babe, can't wait to see you tonight. Big dinner plans?" He stared at the text, guilt gnawing at him. How could he tell her now? Would she understand ambition? Would she forgive secrecy? When they finally met that evening, Kelsey's smile lit up the room. But Joey felt like he was stepping into a storm. "Joey, everything okay? You seem distracted." He took a deep breath, bracing himself. The words felt foreign, bitter in his mouth. "Joey, there's something I need to tell you." Kelsey's eyes widened as Joey explained. The reality show, the last-minute decision, the lack of her approval. Her hands trembled slightly. You didn't even ask me? Joey, we promised no big moves without each other." Her voice was soft, but edged with pain. Joey reached for her hand, desperate to bridge the growing gap. "I know, Kels, I know. I should have. But the opportunity, it was now or never. I didn't want to lose it. I thought maybe somehow you'd understand." Kelsey pulled her hand back, tears welling. "Understand? Joey, I love you, but love isn't just about ambition. It's about
partnership, about trust, and you made this decision alone. In the days that followed, tension filled the apartment. Joey threw himself into preparation for filming, while Kelsey tried to process her feelings, caught between support for his dreams and hurt from his secrecy. Friends and family noticed the strain. Social media, of course, speculated endlessly. Joey betrays Kelsey for reality fame? The whispers stung both of them. Joey struggled with guilt daily. Every scene he filmed felt hollow without Kelsey's approval. Every smile he forced in front of the cameras was shadowed by her disappointment. He realized ambition could only carry him so far. Trust, once broken, was far harder to rebuild. 2 weeks into filming, Joey requested a day off. He flew back to see Kelsey, determined to make amends. He bought flowers, her favorite chocolates, and rehearsed every word in his head. When he arrived, Kelsey met him at the door, guarded but open enough for conversation. "Joey, this is serious. I can't just forget what you did," she said quietly. "I know, Kels, and I don't expect you to, but I love you. I was wrong. I let ambition cloud my judgment, and I hurt the one person that matters most. Please, help me fix this." For a moment, silence. Then, slowly, Kelsey's eyes softened. "It's going to take time, Joey, but I want to try, for us." Relief washed over him, but Joey knew the real challenge had just begun. Trust wasn't something you rebuilt overnight. It was something you earned, moment by moment. Back on set, Joey threw himself into the show, but his perspective had shifted. Fame and opportunity were important, yes, but nothing mattered more than the woman who waited for him at home. He started sharing updates with Kelsey daily. Video calls, texts, little reminders of love and loyalty. Slowly, the distance felt smaller. He realized success without love felt empty, but love without compromise was fragile. The balance between the two, he learned, was a dance, and one he needed Kelsey to lead with him. By the end of filming, Joey returned to Los Angeles with a new understanding of what truly mattered. Kelsey greeted him at the airport, her smile tentative but genuine. "So, ready to talk about everything?" she asked. "Yes," Joey replied, pulling her close. "Every secret, every decision, every misstep. I want nothing between us anymore." Together, they walked into the sunset, fragile but hopeful, a couple tested by ambition, distance, and secrecy, but still choosing each other. Joey knew he had made a mistake, but he had learned a lesson that no reality show could teach. Some decisions were too big to make alone, and love was worth more than any spotlight. Months later, the show aired, and Joey's performance was praised, but more importantly, his relationship with Kelsey had grown stronger. They had navigated the storm, rebuilt trust, and found a balance between ambition and love.
Joey's acceptance of the spinoff show leaked, social media exploded. Headlines screamed, "Joey Graziadei chooses fame over Kelsey Anderson? Bachelor couple in trouble after secret decision?" Joey scrolled through the comments, his stomach twisting with each swipe. Supportive fans were drowned out by critics, people questioning his loyalty, his love, and even his character. "I can't believe he did that without Kelsey. Disrespectful," one comment read. "Is this the real Joey? Or just another reality star chasing fame?" another sneered. Kelsey, meanwhile, was bombarded by DMs from fans asking if she was okay, if she'd forgive him. She blocked some, ignored others, and tried to focus on her own emotions. But the weight of public opinion pressed heavily on both of them. Joey felt trapped. Fame had given him opportunity, but now it was suffocating him. Every story, every headline, every tweet felt like another crack in their relationship. Filming for the show was more intense than Joey had imagined. Long days, grueling schedules, and constant scrutiny from producers and cameras left him exhausted.
Yet, even in the chaos, his mind was never far from Kelsey. He recorded short video messages to her at night, showing her glimpses of his day, but the guilt lingered like a shadow he couldn't shake. He replayed her disappointed face over and over, that mix of hurt and love, the subtle tremble in her voice when she said, "We promised, Joey." One night, as he filmed a tense competition scene, Joey faltered. The energy around him, contestants cheering, cameras rolling, felt meaningless. He realized that none of it would feel like victory without Kelsey cheering him on, without her approval. He decided to call her. "Kels, I need you to hear me. Not through social media, not through texts. Me, talking to you." Kelsey hesitated, but eventually answered. They spoke for hours about fears, about the mistake, about love and ambition. It was the first time Joey truly felt the weight of his actions. The first time he realized rebuilding trust was more difficult than any challenge on the show. Back home, Kelsey confided in her best friend Lauren. "I love him, but Joey made a decision that wasn't just about him. It was about us, our future, and he didn't even consult me." Kelsey admitted. Lauren frowned. "I get it, Kels, but maybe he didn't know how to bring it up. Sometimes men think they're protecting us, when really they're just scared." Meanwhile, Joey's close friend Matt urged caution. "Joey, you gotta own this. Don't just hope Kelsey forgives you. Show her. Actions, not words." These conversations left both Kelsey and Joey reflecting. They realized that friends could offer perspective, but ultimately, this was their challenge alone. Just when Joey thought he could weather the storm, an unexpected twist hit. One of the show's contestants, a charismatic, confident woman, started flirting openly with Joey on camera. Cameras caught every interaction, fans speculated, and the media ran with the story. Joey Graziadei flirts with co-star while in relationship? Joey's heart sank. He knew the footage was harmless, just playful banter, but the optics were catastrophic. Kelsey saw clips online. Her eyes flashed with a mix of anger and fear. "Joey, what is going on?" she demanded during a video call. "Nothing, Kels. It's all innocent, I swear. But I understand why it looks bad. I hate that this is happening while we're apart." The tension escalated. Kelsey questioned everything: trust, distance, Joey's priorities, and Joey, desperate to prove himself, realized that words alone wouldn't be enough this time. Determined to show Kelsey his loyalty, Joey decided to make a risky move. Without telling producers, he requested to fly home for a weekend to surprise her, to show that she was more important than the cameras, more important than the show. He arrived at her apartment, exhausted from travel, but filled with determination. Kelsey opened the door, her eyes wide in surprise. "Joey? Why are you here?" "I needed to see you, face to face, not texts, not calls." "I messed up, Kels. I know I did, but I want to make it right," he said, holding her hands. Her expression softened, but the tension was still there. "Joey, it's not just about being here. It's about trusting each other, about feeling like we're partners, and you broke that trust." That night, they talked for hours. Joey laid everything bare: his fears, ambitions, mistakes, and regrets. Kelsey shared her feelings of hurt, betrayal, and uncertainty. "I want to support your dreams, Joey, but I need to know that you're not choosing fame over us," Kelsey said softly. "I get it. And I promise, Kels, you and our future, nothing comes before that. I made a mistake, but I will spend every day proving that you matter more than any opportunity," Joey replied, tears in his eyes. It was a turning point. Their bond, fragile yet resilient, began to mend. Trust wasn't rebuilt overnight, but the conversation planted the seeds. When Joey returned to filming, the public had noticed his absence. Rumors swirled. Had the couple broken up? Was Kelsey furious? Headlines screamed, amplifying the pressure. But Joey was different now. Each scene, each interaction on set was measured. His priority wasn't just the show. It was Kelsey, their love, and repairing what had been damaged. Even the flirtatious co-star noticed the change. Joey maintained boundaries, and the media slowly shifted tone, acknowledging his loyalty. Weeks later, Joey planned a grand gesture for Kelsey, something that would symbolize his commitment and willingness to prioritize their relationship. On a weekend getaway, under the stars at a secluded beach, Joey got down on one knee. "Kelsey, I made a terrible mistake. I let ambition cloud my judgment and hurt the person I love most. But I've learned, no opportunity, no show, no dream is worth more than us. Will you forgive me? Will you continue this journey with me, side by side?" Kelsey's eyes glistened with tears. She laughed softly, shaking her head in disbelief. "Joey, yes, but only if you promise no more secrets, no more big decisions without me." "I promise," Joey said, pulling her into a tight embrace. The waves crashed around them, the sky painted with stars, a symbolic rebirth of trust, love, and partnership. Months later, Joey reflected on that tumultuous period. The show aired, fans cheered, and critics praised his performance. But what mattered most was what he had learned. Ambition was important, yes, but trust and love were non-negotiable. A career could be rebuilt, opportunities would come again, but a relationship required respect, transparency, and partnership. Joey and Kelsey had faced their storm, survived it, and emerged stronger. Each decision Joey made thereafter was no longer about him alone, it was about them, together. And as they walked hand in hand, away from the cameras, away from the headlines, they realized that love, real, tested, unwavering love, was the true prize.